Good evening, everyone. This is a meeting of our Plan Commission of the City of West Bend. It's March 4th, Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. 24 hours before this meeting, we posted our agenda meeting in accordance to Wisconsin state statutes. Thank you all for being here. I'll invite you to join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We recognize a full quorum of our Plan Commission here tonight with John Sparks calling in on the phone tonight. Thanks, John, for calling in. Our first item is the approval of our regular meeting minutes from February 4th, 2025. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Jeff. Any comments, questions, corrections? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Our first item is a certified survey map. John?
Our first item is for a request of approval for a two-lot certified survey map located 900 feet east of Meadowlark Court on the north side of West Washington Street by West Bend Sand and Stone Company, Inc.
Thank you. Jim?
Thank you. So this certified survey map is to create two parcels out of the property. The eastern one is about 1.5 acres, and the western one is almost 8 acres for that. Both of them are Zone B1, which is Community Business District, meet the requirements of that. We do have adequate right-of-way for Highway 33 or Washington Street. Access to these lots, each lot will have a minimum of one, or a maximum of one access to Washington Street, and then the western lot would actually have some access to the right-of-way triangle that's to the west of that also. The CSM also identifies We Energies and communication easements, and also a billboard easement that exists on that eastern lot. Staff would recommend approval of the CSM as is presented.
Thanks, Jim. I know we have a few people here representing this property and project. If you guys would like to address the Plan Commission tonight, you're welcome to do so. If not, that's okay. If we have any discussion or questions, we can certainly have you come up and answer those as well, so. Dave, can I have you come up here to the podium and push the button on the mic and make sure the green light comes on?
Dave Johnson, West Bend Sand and Stone. So we just figured it an obvious provision to make this into two parcels. There's a drainage ditch that divides the properties. We tried to do and we've done the engineering to pipe and fill that, but we didn't get.
Hit the button again.
There you go.
There you go. Thanks,
Okay.
Dave.
Couldn't get approval from DNR, and that goes back 15 years ago. So we just thought it appropriate at this time to make that the land division and try to get two interested parties to buy the separate parcels.
Great. Thank you, Dave. Any questions from the Plan Commission?
Motion to approve.
Thanks, Matt. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks, Scott. Any more comments, questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. We'll move on to our site plan tonight.
Our site plan is a request for a site plan approval for 7 Brew Coffee Shop located on a vacant parcel south of 1606 and to 1608 South Main Street by Brixmor Paradise Pavilions, LLC.
Thanks, John. Jim?
Thank you. So this is for 7 Brew Coffee Shop. A little bit of background information on this is back in November of 2022, they had a conditional approval for a different site, actually just south of here, just south of where the Taco John's is. That didn't move forward at that location, so they showed interest and submitted plans for this new location that was created back in December of 22. The site plan, everything meets the requirements for the B2 zoning. Stormwater management's been approved, and we'll need to have an amendment approved for this. verifying that it complies with the stormwater approval for that. The site in general has been designed to drain to the north and east, where it will then discharge into our city storm sewer system. Access to the site will be from Main Street. They actually have an oversized driveway, or requesting an exception for an oversized driveway. Engineering has reviewed this as part of TAA that was also approved. So staff would not have any objections to the oversized driveway for this. 34 standard and 2 barrier free stalls are being provided for the site, which meets the zoning requirements for a drive-through coffee. There's also adequate drive-through stacking for the drive-through service itself. During staff review, we are asking for a few revisions. One of them would be revisions to the striped areas on the east and west side of the site to create them into some landscape islands. We've talked with the developer on that, and we'll work with them in regards to that. We also asked for some changes to the landscaping plan, and staff would be willing to work with them through those changes to modify the landscaping throughout that. Building architecture itself, we're looking at a niche-style sedimentation panel on the upper portions of the building, and then also a brick veneer on the lower part of the building, along with a metal canopy that actually covers both the cooler of the building and also the drive-through lane. The architectural elevations also show signage on the north and south and east sides of the building, all consistent with our design standards for that. Staff would recommend approval of the site plan with listed conditions.
Thanks, Jim. And those conditions are, they start at the bottom of page 16 in your packet and go on to page 17. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Mike. Weston. Any comments, questions, discussion? Paul?
Jim, looking at page number here, I guess, you know, all the drawings, but specifically if we start with page 19, just looking at what appears as the white space in the drawing north of the parking stalls, is that intended to be open green space?
Yes, that was actually pavement at one time, and they're going to be removing that, changing it over to green space.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. That's the end of our agenda tonight. It's a quick meeting tonight. Jim told me that our next meeting next month on March, do you know the date?
April.
April 2nd, we will have a longer agenda. We also have Scott Schneiberg. I just chatted with him before the meeting. His term ends in April, and he's willing to serve for another term on the Plan Commission. We also have Matt Sternig and John Sparts, who are up for reelection as aldermen, who are running unopposed. Unless something crazy happens, I would imagine they will be reelected. So I guess I'm here to tell you that it looks like our Plan Commission is going to stay intact, which I'm thrilled about. I appreciate everyone's service, and I kind of have a pet peeve with commissions and boards and things that if you don't show up, I really don't want you on these boards and commissions, but this group always shows up. And so I want to thank you for that. Thank you, Scott, for your willingness to serve for another term, Matt and John as well. So I appreciate everyone being here when we have these meetings. And quick meeting tonight. We'll have a long one in April, but again, thank you very, very much. Any other comments before we adjourn? All right. We are adjourned. Thank you, guys.